Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series we do for a little while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about the stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about. Hopefully, delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks. I'm just gonna apologize outright for my voice. It is a little bit strained. I was out at a show yesterday, and yeah, so. But I'm doing what I can with it. But anyway, folks, it's super simple format. I'm gonna go over there and try out food and/or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, you better believe I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? Well, folks, that's me. Boom! My Union Underground shirt that I literally got yesterday at the show that I was at, because band Union Underground. Who, if you're unfamiliar with them, that's pretty reasonable. Like, they had a decent run, kind of the, very early 2000s. And then, unfortunately, they kind of fell off. They were part of the new metal scene out of Texas, and they put out one album, this specific album, called An Education in Rebellion, which was, I fucking love it. I still think it's a great album to this day. And then they just kind of fell off. But here we are about 20 years later. They finally went over there. It's mostly just the lead singer at this point. But, got a band together, did some touring under the Union Underground moniker. I was fortunate enough to be able to see them perform live yesterday. It was a total head fuck getting to finally get to see these songs performed live. It was awesome. So much so, not only did I get merch, I also went over there and took some videos of their performance as well as performances of the other bands. Those videos are posted on this channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? Well, I decided to go over there and hit up not a new spot, but a new to me spot, specifically called Boom! BNK Thai and Sushi. It's in Elmhurst, Illinois, which, by the way, since it is a local establishment, it's going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is a playlist for just kind of highlighting local spots, just, Illinois spots. And I'd passed this place, I don't know how many times, but there's so many really good food places right in that area. It just, it was just getting around to it. So I just got through reviewing some drunken noodles from them. That is the Thai part of this equation. But it is Thai and sushi. So, folks, what am I reviewing for you? Boom! It's some sushi. Specifically, and these are one of their chef specialties, these are their ultimate ocean roll. You get 5 of them for $16. But they consist of soft shell crab, scallop, shrimp tempura, white fish, avocado, spicy mayo, and eel sauce. So, let's open it up, take a look at it. I do love some sushi. So, and let's see. Can we get a thing for a thing? It looks like that. Ha 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 ha! It sounds amazing and delicious, and I'm hoping that it will live up to that expectation. Where did I put the damn... Right, there they are. Ha ha ha! Chopsticks. So come on now, you gotta eat sushi with chopsticks. Alright, open it up. Alright. Okay, they're doing the shrimp with the tail on thing. Okay, yeah, so, to be fair, some things do that. I've never understood it. I get it, it's like for flavor and stuff, but... Alright, let's, come on. Come to Brandon. That's a big-ass sushi roll, to be fair. That eel sauce is majestic. I love eel sauce. Okay. Alright. So, I like it. It's very tasty. It is also a very hearty sushi roll. Like, yeah, you're only getting 5 of them, and you are paying $16. But each one is like a proper mouthful. It's like probably, close to double the size of a normal sushi roll. So, okay, fair enough. As far as like the overall construction and everything is concerned, it's holding together nicely. I don't have any problem with that. It's tasty. Only problem I have with it is, ironically, the eel sauce. The eel sauce is really good, and we've never had it. Closest thing I could kinda is like almost like a milder fish sauce. You know, almost like a cross between like a fish sauce and a hoisin sauce. Um, it's not. It's really flavorful, but not. It's not like overly tangy or overly savory or anything like that. But it packs a really strong punch. Now, an eel sauce with seafood just makes sense. But here's the problem. You've got all these really nice, seafood things going in here, soft shell crab and scallop and shrimp tempura. That already is going to be difficult to properly convey in a sushi roll, because, those are all things that, yeah, they're seafood, but like they really need to kind of shine on their own to get the proper benefit from them. But then on top of that, you're putting the eel sauce on them, and the eel sauce is kind of taking over. Like, still a really tasty seafood, well, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's still a really tasty piece of very seafood specific sushi. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like with, the ingredients you're putting into it, I kind of feel like the eel sauce, I don't know. I'm not saying it was a bad choice for it, but I feel like you could have gone over there, probably just had, like a tuna and crab roll or something like that, put the eel sauce on it, and the difference in the experience wouldn't have been that substantial, just because that eel sauce is doing so much. Now, that said, I did say that substantial, because at the end of the day, yeah, there is definitely a difference as far as the seafood itself. When you do kind of get past the eel sauce, you can go there. You can taste the crab. Scallop, yeah, maybe a little bit. But like it definitely does have kind of an elevated seafood flavor compared to, again, if it were just, like a tuna and crab roll type of thing. But I mean, it is really tasty. I am going to enjoy the fuck out of this. Ain't no two ways about it. I'll save the last one. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Sadly, on this particular one, I'm gonna go no and no. And here's why. For me, I enjoy it. It's tasty. I don't have any like huge issues with it. But again, especially when you're tagging in $16 for 5 pieces, yeah, man, I don't feel like it's representing the ingredients strongly enough to really just be worth it overall, Again, like, it's tasty, it's well put together, like there's nothing fundamentally wrong with it, but it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, you probably could have done this in a less, expensive way. And, and to be fair, like, their menu isn't like anything crazy expensive or anything. But when you're talking about 5 pieces of sushi for $16, yeah, I get that you put premium ingredients in it. That's awesome. But those premium ingredients need to shine, and I don't feel like they do in this format. Especially, again, with the eel sauce. I just, I enjoyed it. I really liked it, but not to the extent that I was hoping. I really was going into this like, yes, this is going to be some of the best sushi I've ever had. No. Good sushi. Better than average sushi for sure, but definitely not the best sushi I've ever had. And by that same token, if I'm recommending it, if the price and the quantity weren't an issue, that's kind of where it comes into play. That's why it's hard for me to recommend it. Like $16 isn't anything outrageous, but again, you're paying that for 5 pieces of sushi, even though they are big, chunky sushi. And again, it's just one of those things where it's like, I feel like, this is something that's like, when you go to their online menu, it's displayed pretty prominently. It's like, it's a thing. It's not bad. I like the idea in theory. I just don't feel like the execution landed the way I was personally hoping. And so it would be hard for me to go over there and tell somebody, hey, spend, $16 on 5 pieces of sushi that, again, just a sushi and crab roll you could probably get away with for the most part. But, so, I do apologize to, if anybody from BNK, happens to see this or anything. I always love being very positive, and I think that, you made a tasty meal. It's just, I wanted to love it on such a high level. But, anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your... Folks, you go over there, have yourselves a truly sushi-tastic rest of your life. I know some people don't like sushi, especially folks from, a little bit older generation. But these days it's become so, just so widespread that it's like, and hey, if you don't like it, that's fine too. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we have to deal with things like that in our lives, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholeness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's, something that was the thing for me. It took me 20 years to finally get to see this band. And it was, admittedly not much of the original band left, but the band that was there put on a great performance. In fact, all the bands that were there put on a great performance. I had a fucking absolute blast getting to sing along to these songs that I've been in my head for fucking 20 years. And, I hope that if you have a favorite artist, it doesn't even have to be musical or anything like that. I hope that if you have something like that, that you're afforded those opportunities. Because we're not always, able to. There's bands that I love that I will never be able to see, because they're just... So, I hope that you get those opportunities. Anyway, bye.